Welcome to the Social Stack, your go-to channel for real estate marketing based in technology. I'm Amy Stack, and today we're recording a session of Master Your Marketing. We'll be talking about how to hold open houses during a pandemic. We will touch on things for holding live open houses. Most of our people attending today are still doing live ones, so we're going to kind of steer it that way. I will touch on some stuff for how to help with virtual open houses as well. If you guys are interested in learning more about topics like this, please go ahead and click that red subscribe button and then click the bell icon, and that will allow you to get notifications anytime new videos go live. All right, let's get started. So we're talking about open houses, guys. I have lots of things I can share with you, and open houses, obviously there's marketing involved, there's some technology involved, there's event planning, so there's all kinds of different things you have to think about when you are doing an open house. And basically the first thing I want to cover is that there's like three main stages when you're throwing your open house. You need to advertise them, right? That's before you even get your open house set up. And then we need some sort of actual setup and running the open house, whether it's virtual and you're pre-recording or you're doing it live and having people come through. And then the third part of the open house is the follow-up, because what's the point of having an open house if you don't talk to the people that came through, right? I see people laughing. You don't want to just sit there and, watch a football game. You want to actually interact with these people and build some relationships. So let's make sure that that's happening. I would love to talk about advertising to get started. And let me just go ahead and pull up a page, and then I will share my screen. Why don't you guys go ahead and write in the chat right now, what are you guys currently doing to advertise your open houses? Go ahead and tell me that in the chat. Or if you want to unmute and talk, you're welcome to do that as well. Open my chat box. I see somebody came in here. Let's see. So I see Facebook ads, Facebook, lots of Facebook stuff, social media, Facebook and the MLS, of course, posting on Facebook, running boosted ads, text and email to invite people, Facebook, Instagram, Nextdoor. Okay, so lots of social media, perfect. Then what I'm doing right now, I'm just gonna make this full screen here. Can everybody see my screen okay? Let's see, yes, it looks like yes. Okay. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is social media. So if you guys are with KW, I know some people on here might not be. If you're with KW, you can go into Command and go to your design section right here and get a ton of open house templates. If you guys are not with KW, you can do stuff like this in any design platform that you have access to. I know a lot of people use Canva. So I love designs inside Command because there are templates pretty much ready to go. So the first thing I want to show you is how to quickly, like less than 5 minutes, make a cool little graphic that you could put on any of your social platforms. So to do that, we just started in designs, and I'm just going to click the blue plus sign in the bottom right hand corner. And then we're looking at social right now. So we're going to hit social and go ahead and hit next. And that will take us into the design templates. And I'm on my laptop today and my internet's a little wonky, so we might be running into some issues with that. Give me 1 second. I can try another browser too. Has anybody on here, go ahead and put in the chat, has anybody on here used the designs inside Command for your open houses? Go ahead and let me know if you've done that or if this is brand new to you. Yeah. I'm going to try another browser window. Yes, it looks okay. There's a couple people that have used it. What about the rest of you? I know there's more than 2 people on here. Always do them in Command. Great, great. Did it once. Yes. Let me stop my share. My screen's not cooperating. There we go. Minimize that. I'm going to try another browser. Well, it looks like a lot of people have done it. So do you guys know how, yes, they look great, but sometimes I get an error. So it doesn't constantly work. Okay, so let me let me go over a couple of things while I'm pulling up a new window here. Is you always want to make sure, first of all, you want to check that you're in Chrome if you're getting errors in command. It is optimized for Chrome because we do work with Google to build a lot of our systems. So always check Chrome. And then if you need to, clear your cookies or use an incognito browser. So we're constantly doing updates to give you guys new options. And you know, if somebody ran into a bug before, they'll fix the bug. And a lot of times with technology, when you change one thing, it affects something else, and we don't know unless people tell us. So make sure that you are using Chrome and clearing those cookies, because when you do that, it will allow for the new updates to come through. So if you haven't cleared your cookies in a long time, definitely give that a shot. A lot of times when you get like the spinning wheel, this is for any website, if you just get that wheel that it's trying to load and load and load, try clearing your cookies and that might fix that for you. So I'm just logging in again. Let's see here. So I'm glad that a lot of you have been using it. And sorry, I can't type and talk at the same time. I'm not that talented. All right, I'm just loading it in an incognito browser, and then I'll go ahead and share again. The great thing about them, like I said, is that they're all templated and ready to go. All you have to do is swap out your images, and you can put in the open house. And so you can actually look at like just listed, you can look at for sale. And if you like one of those layouts, you just change the text to say open house if you want to. And then I'm gonna click to open it here, see if I can get it in this incognito browser. Loading. My internet's going really slow, I'm sorry. I usually do this on my desktop. I'm not on my desktop today. All right, maybe we'll come back to that. So it sounds like a lot of you guys have done, it sounds like you're pretty familiar with graphics. Does that sound right? And maybe you need to know where to post them, where to share, what to say. Is that kind of what you're looking for as far as advertising? Okay, let me pull up Facebook then. I see yes and I see nods. Okay, so let's go into Facebook and we'll look at that. Now it sounds like there's a few people here from all over. So just make sure, like I said, I'm in Illinois, so make sure that whatever we're talking about today, that you check the rules for your state. We don't want to be, you know, telling people to do things and then you find out that it's not compliant in your state. So just check with your managing brokers on that. Let's come here. Okay, so I am not an agent, but I do have a business page for other things. So I'm just going to go log into my business page because I want to show you guys some cool features and things to help you save some time when you're posting. Does that sound like a good plan? Yeah, okay. I'm going to open my chat again so I can see if anybody has questions. Feel free to, you know, put comments in the chat too. I'm checking there as well. Okay, so I'm going to go to my business page. We're going to pretend I already have my graphic all ready to go. It sounds like you guys are pretty comfortable with that, which is awesome. So we're just going to go to the social stack here. Let that load. So I am an admin on this group, or this page, excuse me. This is a business page. And I am going to recommend that everybody post their open house stuff to their business page first. Can you go ahead and put in the chat? Let me know, yes or no, do you already have a business page? Looks like some answers are coming in. Yes, yes, yes. Lots of yeses. Okay, perfect. If there's anybody on here that doesn't have a business page, I highly recommend that you go and set one up. That's for several reasons. One is that Facebook really doesn't like it when you post business stuff to your personal page, your personal profile as your personal profile. But if you post it to your page first and then share it, that is in compliance with their rules. So that's a way to stay safe as far as that's concerned. You can also, you do it all under one account. And that way, anybody that you're friends with, you can invite to like your business page. So you don't have to worry about setting up a totally separate account. And then I want to show you how you can leverage your posts so that you can post it on your business page and then share it as your personal profile to lots of different groups, pages, stuff like that. Does anybody know how to do that yet? A little bit? Okay. So I am going to scroll down really quick. We're gonna be real transparent. You guys are gonna see all my numbers. So here is the post that I created about today's class. So you can see that I posted, I have my information, I have my link right here, and then I have an image that I uploaded. So this would be your open house, you know, an invitation to the open house. That's what this post is on your business page, okay? Now you can see here, I just posted this yesterday morning, and I've reached almost 1,000 people with it, and I've had 53 engagements. Now, if I scroll down and look at some of my older posts, like this one with a little, just a quote, you can see that only 50 people were reached and there were 0 engagements on that. Now, that was posted on the 10th, and this one was posted, what's today, the 14th? So this was posted on the 13th. So this is 3 days younger, and it has way more people that it has reached. Does anybody have any idea why that might be? Oh, I see some people typing. Any thoughts on that? Boost post? No, I will talk about boosting posts though. Good guess. I did not boost it. I actually didn't pay for those numbers at all. I didn't do an ad or boost a post. So what I did was I actually shared it. You see how there's 12 shares right here? What I did was I came to this little icon where you can see it's my little light bulb. That is the logo for my business page. Now, what I can do, yep, Carly, you got it, shared it to multiple pages or groups. So I shared it to 12 different places. So what I did, I didn't share it as my business page. I shared it from my personal profile. And to do that, you just click on the little icon, the logo for your business page. You guys see there's a tiny little arrow next to it, a little drop down. If I click on that, it's going to give me some options. Any profiles that you have linked to this account or business pages will show up here. So I can click my personal profile, and now I'm interacting as me, as Amy, not as my business page. Okay, so then when I hit share, it's going to give me the option to share with my friends, on my newsfeed, all sorts of stuff. Okay, now there are tons of groups out on Facebook. Am I right? Are you guys all part of groups? Go ahead and let me know if you guys are in any groups on Facebook. There's open house groups, there's real estate groups, there's neighborhood groups, there's moms groups, garage sale groups, all kinds of stuff. Just one person? Oh, there we go. Oh, good. People say they're in lots of groups. Perfect. Now, and then Renee said she keeps adding more all the time. That's wonderful. That's what you want to do. That's how you want to get involved, to get in front of people. Now, I do want you to make sure that you know which ones have rules about posting open houses, because I don't want you to get kicked out of any of them. So just make sure that you're paying attention to which ones say, yeah, it's okay to post your open houses, and which ones say we don't allow that, because I don't want you to get kicked out of any of those groups, because you can build relationships in other ways with them. So what I want you to do next time you go to advertise an open house is post it on your business page, change how you're interacting from your page to your personal profile, because most of those groups will only let you in as a person and not a business page. That's not the case for all of them, but a lot of times that is how they operate. And then I want you to hit share to a group. All right, so we're gonna get this little pop-up window here, and you can see here is my original post. And I do have the opportunity to say something more. The reason for that is that when you share this post, the picture is going to come up, the little graphic you made about your open house. All of the text from your original post is actually going to show below it, and they'll have to actually click on it to get to it. So whatever you're putting right in this section here, where I just put some random letters, is what's going to come up right at the top of the post. So it's okay to kind of duplicate some of the stuff you said, like the message. I would not copy and paste the exact same thing, because they can still see it below your image, or if they come to your page. So make it something relevant to draw them in, your hook maybe. Why should they be coming to check out this open house? You know, is it a great price? Is it a, you know, hot location? Something like that. You just need a little teaser to get them interested in clicking your post to read more and get the information that they need. Now, doing this, like I said, is free. So that's a great way to get more interactions. And the really cool thing about this part is I can put my message here. I'm just going to put one right here, and I can go through and I can click, I want this group. I'm not going to click them all. I don't actually want to share this again, but you would just hit share. Okay, let's see, share here, here, and here. Okay, and let's say those are all garage sale groups. So you're saying you're giving one message to people that are in garage sale groups. Well, then you can come up and change your message and do it to like around town. So happening in Glen Ellen, right? So happen. And then you can go to your Glen Ellen groups and click, okay, I want it here, here, and here. And you don't have to reshare 20 times from different groups. You can just do it all right in here. So this is going to save you a lot of time. Has anybody used this feature before? Just curious. And then I want to talk to you guys about, so Shannon's used it. A couple no's, a yes. Okay, perfect. I'm glad that I was able to share that. If you guys have questions about how to use that, feel free to unmute or type it in the chat. I find that a lot of people don't know that you can share so much at one time. That's a big time saver. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about is this boost button. And yes, I'll show it one more time after I go over the boost. I am going to highly recommend that you do not ever use boost on Facebook. If you are going to pay Facebook to advertise, do an actual paid ad. With boosting, all it does is just kind of, first of all, boosting is something, a post that's already on your page. So it does have to live on your page first. And then when you boost it, it does obviously get more eyes on your post, but it's not geared towards getting you leads. It's not asking for any information. There's no call to action, nothing like that. It's just getting eyes on your post. So it's not really guaranteeing you anything, even if you do get people to see it. If you do a paid ad, which I can show you guys in a minute, you have a lead form and people will click, learn more, and to get to the information that they're seeking, they need to provide you with information first. So now you have a way to follow up with them. So if you are wanting to spend money, and I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with that, that's great. If you have the budget to spend some money on advertising for your open house, go ahead and do it. Just do it in a way that's going to get you more return on your investment. So do it as an actual ad versus a boost. That's a big tip I have for you today. Now, if you guys are with Keller Williams, you're definitely going to want to do that through command. If you don't already know, we do have a partnership with Facebook. So they have really honed in all the options that are optimal for real estate and taken away everything else so that we are getting much higher returns for our dollar. Our cost per lead is much lower than if you do it directly through Facebook. They're about $25 to $30 per lead if you're doing an ad directly through the Facebook portal. And if you're doing it inside command, we're averaging, I want to say like 157 right now. It fluctuates a little, but it's definitely under $2 per lead. So just keep that in mind as well. Any questions about the boost versus the ad? Not yet? Okay, perfect. Then somebody asked if I could kind of show how I changed that stuff and did those shares again. So after you post your post on your page, so this is something you're actually going to physically post to your business page. Once it's posted, you can come to your post. I feel like I'm saying post a lot. Post. Look for the little icon underneath on the far right. It'll be next to share, and then click on that and it will give you the option to click on your profile. And if you are an admin on another page, it will give you an option to interact as that page as well. But you want to go ahead and click your profile, and that will start having you interact as a person versus a page. So once you do that, you're just going to tap share. And then if you don't have to only share in groups. You can share it to your page. You can share it to your news feed, your story. You can send it to people in Messenger. So you can do all of these things. But if you do this share to group option, it will open up all of the groups that you're a part of. You can type your message in and just hit share to the ones you want to share it to. You can also search for a group. So you can see I have quite a few that I'm a member of. But if I didn't want to scroll through all that, or if I'm like, I know I want to post something about tech. Well, let's look for my tech groups. There's all the groups with tech in it. So maybe you can't remember the name of all the groups. I don't have like garage sale ones that I'm part of, but you could search for garage sale or a town name, right? Maybe I have Lombard on here. Oops, I put an extra letter in there. So here I've got 2 Lombard groups that I'm part of. So then I could just hit share there. So this is a really great feature to kind of help things go a little faster for you. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the X there. If you guys are doing a virtual open house, you would want to advertise, your date and time that you're going live if you're going live. If you're doing a pre-recorded event, go ahead and advertise a link to register to that pre-recorded event, so then you can get that information to then follow up with people after the fact as well. So there's a little virtual tip for you. All right, let's see. I was talking about Facebook ads. Do you guys want me to go into Facebook ads on command, or you want me to cover another topic? Go ahead and put it in there. You want me to keep going? We can talk about, I got a yes for Facebook ads. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, all right. So I'm in command. And instead of this designs button, we want to go to this campaigns button. So it looks like a little megaphone. And I'm just going to go over this pretty quick because I want to make sure we have time to cover some other things for when you're actually at the open house to keep everybody safe. Now, I do have other classes that I've recorded on Facebook ads, and like I said, we'll be going over ads again next week. So if you want more details and specifics on that, come on back for that one as well. Okay, so I'm in campaigns, just going to hit create a new campaign. We want the first option that says paid social ad, and you want to name it. This is something you will see, the public won't see the name. It's just for your records so you can remember what that campaign is that you created. Right, 123 Main Street. And then you pick your goal. Again, this isn't going to affect anything other than your tracking. So maybe I'm going to say this is an event. You could say it's a listing, depending on how you want to classify it. I'm going to say I just want it to run to Facebook. You can also have it run to Instagram. You do not need an Instagram account to run an ad on Instagram. That's a little tip if you didn't know that. I'm going to go ahead and hit set up campaign. And then we have all of our options to run, to fill out the information for our ad. So on the right-hand side is where we will get a little preview of our ad. And if you guys have a specific listing that you want to select, you can just go ahead and hit add listing. And I'm going to switch it to all listings. I don't have any. And I can search by MLS number, property address, or listing agent here. And I'm trying to I'm just going to click this one here for our example today. So you click the listing once you find it. You can see it popped in place here. And then I have my ad text. So it did pull in some information from the MLS for me when I selected that listing. And you can absolutely come in here and change the text if you want to. You can even add some emojis, which I do recommend doing because it makes it look like it's coming from a person versus an advertisement. So it makes it a little bit more relatable and more likely for people to click on it. So go ahead and put some emojis in there. And that you can see is going to pop up on the top. And then we have headline. Maybe you want to put open house there. And that's going to show up right here. And then we have a description. So you can see just underneath the description will be shown in some placements. So anything you put in there, make sure that your ad makes sense if that does not show up. So that's an extra little tip for you. Then you can use suggestions. You can see there's this use suggestion box. So it says, come join me for a live open house. Okay. Or I can hit shuffle and I can see that it's giving me another option, stream this event straight to your own home. So that would be great for a virtual one. Join this event and see the latest information about the listing, right? So you can see it's giving you lots of options here. I'm going to go ahead and hit use suggestion. You can also type your own content in there. You don't have to use what's populated in there. We're going to go ahead and hit save. Now, if I didn't want the picture that loaded in from the MLS, I could hit this media. I could add more pictures, and it's going to show me the other pictures from the MLS. So let's say this house has a really cool, I don't even see the kitchen. Oh, it's messy. I don't want to use that. We're going to use this dining room. The back's pretty cool. Oh, I think I unselected the other one. So let's use the back. and it's going to give us the option to crop it. So if we're just running this on Facebook, I'm going to leave it wide. If you guys are running it on Instagram, you can do square. Vertical is going to be if you're doing it in like stories, stuff like that. So I'm just going to leave it wide for now. And it should pop in. There we go. Now we have 2. And you can see over here, there's just a peek of the next tile. So what's going to happen is those are going to slide through on the ad, kind of like a carousel. You can see you can add videos. It's going to drop your logo in there. You can include the ownership statement if that's not part of your logo. You do want to do that to make sure that you're compliant. And we're just going to hit save. Now you can absolutely add your own media. So if you went and you made a cool little graphic that you want to use and you don't want to use a picture, just a picture from the MLS, all you have to do is hit add more, and you can add your own images here. And if I don't want one of these, I can just hit the 3 little dots and delete it, or I can go back and crop it or change it to something else. So you've got lots of ability to edit on there. Then we have our Facebook ad button. This is important. If you guys have not run Facebook ads through command before, it is very important to note that on this section here for the destination, you want to use the Facebook lead gen form. Oh, I didn't pick my page yet. So you want to make sure you're using the Facebook lead gen form. That means that when they click that button that says learn more, they will be required to give you information before they get anything else. Okay? And what's cool is that it actually pre-populates with their information from Facebook, or if their computer has stuff saved in there, it will pre-populate in there for them, which is probably the stuff that they've most recently used, which is probably more accurate than what they signed up with Facebook for, 20 years ago. So chances are they're not going to change that information, so you'll get a little bit more accurate info than some of those other like lead gen sites. Or somebody just typing in, Mickey Mouse, and my phone number is 123456789. We don't want that. Okay, so we have our call to action buttons. You can choose between learn more, sign up, apply now. I always recommend using learn more. People don't want to sign up. They don't want to apply for things. So learn more is nice and friendly. It's like a soft nudge to get them to click that button. Then we have a follow-up destination. If you are doing a virtual open house and you want to request a registration, you put your registration link right here. If you are doing a virtual open house and you just want to get them to the event so that they can click on and see like a recording, you can put that link here. If you have a landing page that you are providing information with, that you've built through command, you can connect one of your landing pages. You can see I have a 3D tour page set up here. Download my app, and that could give them more information about the properties. You can also go and put any link from anywhere on the internet in there that you want to direct them towards. So I just put the app link in there for now. And then we have ad targeting. So I like to use my custom settings. And you can see we have target database and target a custom audience. For today's purposes, we want a custom audience because we want people that we have not, connected with necessarily. And I think that this is where this listing was, this town, Axton, Virginia. So you can always change the town. You can change your radius up and down. So for example, I'm in the Chicago suburbs. Maybe I don't want to target people in Glen Ellen. Maybe I want to target people in Chicago that are looking to move out. So then I could change this to Chicago, even though my listing is in, the open house is in Glen Ellen. So make it make sense for your property. And then we have add or change interests. I always add things like Zillow, because if somebody has marked that they're interested in Zillow on Facebook, well, that means they're interested in houses, right? So I do the big ones, Zillow, Trulia, stuff like that. And then you want to actually consider what type of property the house is that you're advertising. So is it a really high-end property? Maybe you want to look for interests like sailing. A lot of people that are in luxury homes, or maybe it's boating. Oh, it didn't load. I got impatient. Sports cars, stuff like that. Think about things that people that would live in that home would also be interested in and start targeting those. Sailing was one of them. So like sports cars, There's tons of different things in there. You can just kind of put in different ideas you have and see if they pop up. But you can add different ones in here, and you can see on the right-hand side our estimated audience. So just by adding more, you're growing the audience that's going to get in front of. So once you're happy with that, go ahead and hit save. Oh, I missed something. Oh, let's just choose a different page. And what's going on? This is what happens when you're in a demo account. Sometimes the stuff isn't actually set up. That's okay. All right, so then let's go ahead and hit duration and budget. So now you can choose here how much you want to spend over how many days. You won't be able to choose today as the start date. It always starts the next day. So like here's the 14th. It says date should be greater than today. So if I want to start running it for tomorrow, I can do that. And however many days you want it to run. I mean, 5 days is pretty good, especially if you're doing an open house. You're probably not going to advertise it too far ahead of time. So let's just do 5 days. And then your budget. You get to set your budget on what you think is best. So right now we're at $6 a day. Maybe I want to do $5 a day, okay? I always recommend doing at least $2 a day, and that's because when Facebook runs your ads and Instagram, they run them in the morning for $1, and the ones that perform the best are the ones they continue to run that day. So if your ad spend that day is only $1 and it did really well, you're out of money for the day, so it's not going to push it out in front of anybody else. So I say at least $2. $5 a day is a great amount to start with as well. And if you've chosen to advertise on Facebook and Instagram, go ahead and choose the option to let the algorithms figure out where it's best to advertise. So that way, if it's performing really well on Facebook and not on Instagram, it's going to push it more on Facebook that day. If it's doing better on Instagram, it'll take some of the money away from Facebook and push it towards Instagram. So let that do the work for you. And then when you're all done, you're just going to hit publish. And if you haven't already set up your credit card, it's going to ask you for payment information. I'm just going to save it as a draft. And then it'll start running. Now, the key thing to know about this is that when you run an ad on Facebook, it will not show as a live post. It's called like a black post. It runs behind the scenes. So only the people that are targeted to see it are actually the ones that are going to see it. So it's not going to show up on your business page, your personal profile, or anything like that. Okay, so don't worry. Once it says it'll say it's running instead of completed, but you can see I have these in draft. Here's one that's run. And you can see it'll track all of this information for you too. Any questions about that? No? No? Nothing yet? Okay, let's talk about when you're actually in your open house. How are you guys collecting people's information right now? Any thoughts on that? The people who click through will show up in your command. Yes, Renee, that's a great point. So people that click on the ad and they get that information, when they hit learn more, they will show up as leads right inside your command account. So you'll be able to track it there as well. If you want even more details, you can go into Facebook Business Manager and you'll have more information in there as well, in case you didn't know that. But great point, Renee. Okay, so when we're at an open house, typically we're signing on a piece of paper. So everybody's touching the pen, everybody's touching the paper, right? We don't necessarily want that right now. We also maybe don't want people there all at the same time, right? Maybe you want to stagger them. Has anybody done anything like Sign Up Genius or told people that where it's an open house, but it's by appointment? Has anybody done anything like that? So those are really good ideas. Let me stop sharing my screen. Those are some really good ideas for you guys to consider when we're doing these open houses right now, is that you can tell people, yeah, it's an open house, but because, we want to keep everybody safe, we're actually taking appointments. So one of the things, I'll put it in the chat, that I recommend is Sign Up Genius. Now that's a service that's free. You just go to signupgenius.com and you can kind of make it's just a sign up sheet. You can put little time slots on it and you can send people the link and they can sign up for the slot they're looking for. And then what happens if somebody shows up because you put your open house signs up, or they saw it on Facebook but they didn't sign up, is you just tell them, we are by appointment only, just keeping everybody safe. And I'm sure you'll have some time slots open, have them give you their information and tell them when the best time is to come back during your open house, and then they can come in then, okay? Does that make sense? Any questions on that? You see nods? Okay, so that's a good source for you is Sign Up Genius. Another thing I like to recommend is doing QR codes. So utilize those QR codes right now. Linktree and Popl. Have you heard of any of those types of things? Okay, so one thing you can do, does everybody know what a QR code is? Let's start with that. I see nods. If you don't know, go ahead and write in the chat. But so I'm going to assume that everybody does, unless I hear otherwise. But it just lets you scan. It's almost like a barcode. Lets you scan the code and it pulls up something, some sort of information. So there's a few ways you can do this with your open houses right now. You can make a landing page and use the link from your landing page and have your QR code out, like a little plexi sign or a laminated sign on the door, and have people open their phones. And if you didn't know this, you no longer need a QR code app. You can just open the camera on your phone. It's me and me, and scan the QR code, and it will actually pull up the link on your phone. This will do it on Androids or iPhones. And so it'll pull up a link, and then it'll populate the web page right on the phone for you. So you can have people use a form that way. So they pull up the form and they put in, it says welcome to 123 Main Street. Let me go into landing pages here. I think I probably have a sample one I can show you. So if you guys, again, if you're with KW, you can build your landing pages right here. Let's see if I have an open house one. Oh, it doesn't look like I do. That's okay. Let's make one really quick. Create a new site, do a landing page. 123 Main Street. We can put some branding at the top. We can put a lead capture form in here. And we can tell them to go ahead and download our app and put our legal footer at the bottom. Did somebody have a question?
Were you supposed to be sharing your screen?
I'm going to pull it up right when I'm getting it set up here. Okay, here we go. I was just trying to build it really quick so I could show it to you. All right, and let me open my chat. Okay, so now that I have it pulled up, so you can see we have a little header at the top. This is what I just put together while we were talking right now. So this is what would come up on the screen, and they could just go ahead and put their information in here. And now we could say, instead of interested, let's talk, we could say sign in for 123 Main Street. Just gonna hit configure really quick. And which one is this? The lead form. Please sign in. Right? Pretty simple. Save and apply. It'll load up in a second here. Here we go. So you can say all of your information will be at the top. Please sign in. Prompt them to download your app. And then keeping you legal with the footer at the bottom. So what you would do, let's go ahead and save that. Inside command, once you make that landing page. Go ahead and publish it. Sorry, I should have published it. Publish the page. My office name is too long. There we go. So everything on the right is the editing, and I have lots of videos on how to make these and edit this stuff too, so feel free to check out my channel for that. The question came in, how do you know if they fill out real info if they're typing in on their phone? So you don't, just like you wouldn't know in an open house if they're putting a real email or a real phone number. It's the same risk you're taking with a landing page like this. But this is something you would do at the property, not ahead of time. So let's go ahead and publish that. And then it'll generate a link for us. So right here, 123 Main Street, this is the link you would make your QR code with. I do have videos on how to make QR codes on my channel as well. You guys can just Google QR code generator and you'll see a whole bunch of free ones. There are paid ones that will do lots of tracking, or you can make it look like a house or put your logo in it, stuff like that. But if you just want a quick free one, just Google it and there'll be a bunch that all you have to do is drop the link in and it'll generate an image for you that you can drop on a flyer. So that's one thing you can do, is use a QR code for a page like this where you can capture information. Another thing you could do is, anybody familiar with Linktree? Oops, it's trying to take me to LinkedIn. Anybody heard of Linktree? No, nothing. All right, so Linktree right here. So I just Googled Linktree. The only link you'll ever need. Again, it's a free service. I highly recommend, if you don't have one set up yet, go ahead and just hit get started for free. And what's going to happen is it's going to let you create an account. And well, actually, I should have just logged into mine. You can use one link that will take somebody to a page that lists all of your links. So it will show all of your social media that you want to show them. If you want to have a link to a landing page on there, you can do that. So this is kind of a little preview of what it would look like. So it'd have your picture at the top, and then it could have like me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, you know, join me on LinkedIn, something like that. You could have one that says register, or not register, if you're at the open house, you know, sign in for the open house. And you just put your name, like mine's Linktree / the social stack, I believe. I just copy and paste it so much now I can't remember. Maybe it's linktree.com. Hey, look, there I am. All right, well, I don't know my own link. That's because I just copy and paste it and send it to people. I have a whole spreadsheet of all my links that I send out. So I recommend you do that too. And then you don't have to remember it. But does this make sense, this little preview on the website of how it'll show up? Obviously the information would be in the phone here. Does that make sense to everybody? And then I saw, is this always free? There might be an upgraded version of Linktree. I have no, oh yeah, see right here, pricing. So you can do different kits or different levels, I suppose, of what you get with them. So you get a certain amount of links for free. So it looks like unlimited links and QR codes are free. And then there's these other specialty links that you can do if you want to upgrade. There we go. Oh, this is somebody else's, but thanks for trying that out. Here we go. Oh, I was putting the dot in the wrong spot. That's why. There's mine. So look, I even have different colors on there. I don't know why my image didn't load, but that's okay. So you can go to, it's linktr.ee. I was putting the dot in the wrong spot. Sorry about that, guys. / the social stack, and you can get to all my different links. So you go to my YouTube channel. We're not going to let that play, but you see how that works. So just take them right to that. So you could have one here that says sign in if you want to. The other really cool thing I like to share with people is Popl. So Popl is actually a little thing you can buy for your phone. It kind of looks like a pop socket, but it's flat. And you can stick it on the back of your phone, just like this. And you are the only one that needs to have it. You don't have to, like the person grabbing it from you, getting information from you, does not need one. But what happens is you put your phone up to somebody else's with that little Popl on it, and they tap it, and all of your information will show up on their screen just like this. So you see how it says Jessica Swift, and it's got DM me, text me, she's got her Spotify channel. So you put whatever you want on there, your social, you can have it linked to a landing page. So it's really cool. And I do like that one because people, you know, some people don't like QR codes. They don't understand them. They don't know how that works, how to scan it, all that stuff. And with the Popl, you literally just go boop, and you tap their phone and this pops up on their screen and gives them all the information, and it's customizable. So you can get the Popl app on your side of the phone. And then you can say, okay, well, for my open house, I want to have my social accounts and my landing page to have people log in. And then if you're at a networking event, you don't need the landing page up there. You just want your social accounts, maybe your phone number. If you have a digital business card, you can use it for that. So you can constantly change it and update it. And all you need is this little sticker on the back of your phone. It's like 20 bucks. And if you guys give me a minute at the end of class, I will put a link in there, and I have a discount code that you can use to get 20% off too. So if you guys are interested in that, I'd be happy to share that with you. Any questions on that? Has anybody heard of that? It's kind of a fun little thing, right? Anna said, can you use this at an open house? Will you get their info? So this is a way, great question, Anna. This is a way to give your info. Now, if you put your link, your landing page that we created here, if you put this link in your Popl app, that will show up as one of the options on their screen. See how this has the little Safari button? They could click Safari and it would open that form right on their phone, and you could have them fill out their information there. And if you're using your command landing page, that information is going to go right into command for you. So you don't have to then go enter it into the system later. It's going to feed in there automatically, and they'll be marked as a lead for you. What do you think about that? All right. So we have about 10 minutes left. I didn't even start talking about smart plans. I did a whole class on them last week that is recorded on my channel. So I am happy to answer some questions, or I can give you a quick rundown of smart plans. What are you guys thinking? We talked about a lot. You guys had good questions today. While you're thinking, I'm going to stop sharing, and while you guys think about your questions, I'm going to go ahead and pull up that link in case you guys want that discount code. I just got to find it. I should have been prepared. Let's see. What's one of our questions here? What's your suggestion on Facebook leads? Do you mean to follow up with Facebook leads? Is that your question? Yes. Okay. So definitely look into the smart plans. Are you with Keller Williams? I didn't see who asked the question. Okay. Check out the smart plans. There's a whole library full of Facebook follow-ups, and there's you can just copy them into yours, so you don't have to recreate the wheel. There's also a Facebook group. I believe it's just called Command Your Facebook Leads. Maybe your Facebook ROI, something like that. I definitely recommend that. There's tons of people masterminding about how they use Facebook leads, what type of content they put in the lead, and then how they follow up with them, what steps they're doing on their smart plan. So there's lots of great information inside that group as well. But definitely get them on a smart plan. Make sure they're getting drips. You're going to want a combination of email, text, phone calls, and just make sure you're staying in front of them. And then next week, we're actually going to talk about Facebook ads. And one of the ads you can do is actually to retarget people in your database. So once they've come in as a lead, you can set up another Facebook ad that specifically targets people that came in as Facebook leads so that they see it. And it kind of helps weed out those people. You know how some people will never respond? Doesn't matter if it's Facebook or a phone call or whatever. You have those people that you just call and call and call, or you email, and you never hear back from them. Well, if you retarget your ad, you will get some people that will respond because they see you again, and it will kind of bring life back into that lead and kind of weed out those ones that you're like, all right, these people are never responding. So that's a nice way to follow up with them too, is actually a retargeted Facebook ad. All right. Any other questions? How am I utilizing Linktree? Oh, another really great resource for Linktree, or a place to use that, is on LinkedIn, not LinkedIn, on Instagram. You guys, if you are on Instagram, you probably already know that you can only have one link in your profile. Well, if you put your Linktree link there, it links to everything. So you no longer have to choose if you're putting your email or your Facebook account. You can have them all in there just by using that one Linktree link. Good question. And when is that class? So same time next week, 2 o'clock next Thursday is when we'll be doing Facebook ads. You should see another email come out on Tuesday. I usually send them out. Does anybody want, I'm still pulling it, sorry, I've been chit-chatting and looking at the chat. Does anybody want that Popl information? Are you guys interested in that? I haven't quite gotten it pulled up yet. Yes, okay, I'm going, I'm keeping on. What else can I ask for you or answer for you while I'm pulling that up? The computer's just a little slow. I need to bring my desktop back to the office. Well, we were at home for so long. I had my good fast one at home, and now we're back at the office. I gotta swap them out. I see you snickering at me. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm almost there. So if you didn't notice, the site that you go to buy those Popls, it's popl.co is the site. And then I'm opening up my link. I think my discount code is just the social stack, but I just want to double check for you. Yes, it is. So discount is the social stack. So if you go there, they've got lots of fun, options to choose from. They've got black, silver, multicolors, all kinds of cool little things. And around the holidays, they'll come out with different ones. And like I said, you can stick it right on the back of your phone, or I've even seen people put it on a piece of paper. So they'll make a little flyer that says, tap here to get all of my information or to sign in, whatever text you want to put on there. And then they put that up at the open house. And then people can walk, you just have it on a little table at the front of the house and they can just tap it and you can walk through it with them and everything as well. You want to have your masks and sanitizer and all that stuff, but that way that's all hands-free. You don't have to touch their phone. They can just put their phone close to that little button basically, and it'll all pop up for them. And it looks really cool. People are like, oh, I've never seen something like this. This is so great. Now I have all your information, that type of stuff. So it's just kind of a little nice touch to make you stand out from other people. Let's see. Somebody said, oh, Sharon said, how much hourly to do this for me? So with the marketing department, you guys can actually reach out to Tanya if you're part of E2P, and she is heading up our whole marketing department, and we'll kind of divvy out the jobs to everybody. So we're filtering everything through her. If you guys want custom work, it's $25 an hour, and you just let us know what you're looking for, and we'll give you an estimate on time. We do have things that are set rates as well, so we can help you out with that. That's my question. Okay, yeah. So if you go to e2psuccess.com and go to Agent Services, the Agent Services tab, there's the marketing is right at the top of that page. You know what? I can share it real quick so you can see what that looks like. Anything else while I'm pulling that up? Share my screen one more time. Guys, we're cruising today. It's 2:58. Time flies when you're having fun, right? All right, so here we go. e2psuccess.com, Agent Services, and right at the top we have marketing. So you can see we have different packages. We have some branding packages, and then if you go ahead and hit find out more, you can get more details and then reach out, of course, with any, if you don't see something listed that you want, just ask and we'll tell you what we can do. And then here, Creative Light Studios, if you guys if you haven't heard, we have a new partnership with this photographer that's an awesome photographer, and you can get a whole listing marketing suite for $20 when you use them for your photography. And they offer photography, Matterport, drones, they do the clear skies, all of that. So come check this out too, Creative Light Studios. And you guys should all have accounts. They do, serve anybody, but you get a discount if you're in E2P. So you should have an account set up using the email that you have set up in the MLS. So you'll get a discount on their photography services, plus you can spend $20 and get, I might have a link open actually, and you can get a whole suite of marketing materials, flyers, and you can customize them if you want to as well. Flyers, social media, landing page, even some videos. $20, pretty good deal. All right, it is 3 o'clock. If you have any other questions, I'm going to stop the share. Did I cover everything in your brain so far for the untech savvy. Oh, Heather. Yes, we're happy to help you. Let's see. Yes, and thank you. So let's just see lots of thank yous. Okay, perfect. Well, like I said, this will be up on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/thesocialstack. This Saturday at 8 o'clock, you'll have access to it to go through it again. And then e2psuccess.com, agent services to get the marketing information. And next Thursday at 2 o'clock, we will go over some Facebook ad ideas so we can talk about retargeting. We can talk about stuff other than listings, open houses, mortgages. I'm going to kind of take a vote and see what people want to cover, and I'll go over some ideas with that based on who comes to class. So thanks so much for coming, you guys, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.